Welcome to our second newsletter. This month, we're going to be exploring the energy of Taurus because the sun is in Taurus from April 18th to May 18th. And so, with the energy of Taurus, we are reminded of a bountiful provider. And with the bountiful provider, we are connected to the energy of Venus, the exoteric ruler of Taurus. So we'll be diving into Venus and its manifestations in our society and in ourselves. And then from there, I want to take you all to the esoteric ruler, the higher level of Taurus, which is Vulcan. And we'll explore that mythology and what it means to us in this present day. And then finally, how can we work together with Taurus and Scorpio? It's polar opposite energy. How can Scorpio help us as we continue to embody Taurus in our daily lives? So if you want to follow along with your chart, feel free to look at your chart and see where you have Taurus energy. And that's the area of your life where you're probably going to see the themes that I talk about come up. So with Venus, whenever we look at Taurus, we look at resources, we look at worth. Exoterically speaking, traditionally speaking, a lot of astrologers associate Taurus with money. And we oftentimes see that even in symbols like Wall Street, where we see the bull in Wall Street, because that's the glyph of Taurus. Taurus, because it's a second sign of the zodiac, it's very associated with this physical plane. Where Aries first initiates with that fire, Taurus now has to ground the energy and build. And so it wants things that are very concrete, very material, very resourceful, very pragmatic, practical. And so it's no wonder that money oftentimes gets associated with Taurus. Now, I believe that the energy of Taurus is much more, it goes way beyond just money. It connects us with Earth, with Mother Earth, with the resources in front of us, with the soil that we have. It's no wonder that Taurus comes around when the spring is in full bloom. All of our resources are blooming, at least in the northern hemisphere. And so with Venus is the goddess of sensuality. Venus has a magnetism. Venus loves the pleasures of life. She loves flowers, she loves plants, she loves food. She loves to feel connected with touch, with taste, with smells. It's sensate. And so with Venus, with this Taurus energy, we are absorbing a lot of the Mother Nature and energy. And oftentimes with this energy, it's important to be mindful of the shadows that comes with it. There can be shadows around possessions, around attachment, attaching to what is material. And so this is where I think the esoteric, the higher level energy of Taurus can really help us. And this is where Vulcan comes in. And so if we look at the esoteric rulership of Taurus, we look at the mythology of Vulcan. So Vulcan was the blacksmith of the gods, and he actually married Venus. And Vulcan here is really reminding us to break free from our attachments. Break free from what no longer serves us, that actually is keeping us really constrained and wanting to control our lives. And sometimes, when we're in that space, we often feel a lack of self-worth. And so Vulcan here reminds us to smash the chains of desire. And Douglas Baker writes that smashing the chains of desire really stayed with me. So where in your life do you feel like you've been holding on too much to the structure? where you've been constraining yourself too much because you want to feel safe and secure. And that can be fear-based. So that's important, to think about, because Taurus really wants to build that foundation. It wants to feel safe. It wants to feel secure. However, we can also get attached to that sense of security. And so Vulcan reminds us to push forward, to open our eyes and open our minds, to not get so caught in the details of pragmatism and traditions and money. So it reminds us of a deeper sense of value. And then lastly, when we look at this Taurus energy, opposite of Taurus is Scorpio, which is water. And so where Taurus is very connected to the physical resources and creating structures with earth energy, Scorpio reminds us of the surrender in water. Scorpio reminds us of transformation. Scorpio also reminds us of the merging of resources, that our resources actually belong to everyone. And from here, we can actually open our hearts and share and merge with others. And so I think it's also important to think about what resources in your life are here to be shared, are here to transcend, are here to connect with others. And think in the higher level, it's all around anchoring our spirits in matter. That matter exists and it helps us and it keeps us feeling safe and protected and it creates a container. But how can we bring spirit through that matter in our lives and enrich our lives in that sense? So I'll leave you with that question. And I also want to leave you with the esoteric mantra of Taurus, which is, I see, and when the eye is opened, all is illumined. Be well. Happy solar return to all the Tauruses out there. May your lives be filled with bountiful resources that can be shared with humanity.